Like most of you out there, I will always remember Charles Schulz for his Peanuts comic strips. The creator of Charlie Brown, Snoopy and Woodstock, Peppermint Patty, and more, Schulz brought his cartoons to life with endearing characters and tongue-in-cheek writing. But amid reaching global audiences and earning a multitude of awards, the man known as Sparky was also heavily accomplished in something completely different: growing the hockey community in Northern California and bringing together players from all over the world. This is the hockey history of Charles Schulz. Born in Minneapolis in 1922, Charles Monroe Schultz took an immediate liking to hockey, growing up watching the Minneapolis Millers and St. Paul Saints. In his garage, he would shoot tennis balls at his mom, who fashioned goalie pads out of gunny sacks and rolled up newspaper. His father, an immigrant from Germany, also formed an outdoor rink in the backyard. Shortly after his mother passed away from cancer, Schultz was drafted into the U.S. Army and served in Europe during World War II as a staff sergeant. Upon returning to the States, Schultz took a job with Art Instruction Incorporated, an institute he had taken a course from before the war. Around this time, he also began drawing cartoons for the St. Paul Pioneer Press, illustrating early versions of what became Charlie Brown and Snoopy. Partnering with United Feature Syndicate, Schultz debuted the first of his iconic Peanuts comic strips in October of 1950, appearing in 7 newspapers. The next year, Schultz married his first wife, Joyce, and in 1958 moved his family to California's wine country, settling first in Sebastopol. But as you'll see, hockey never left Sparky. 9 years later, the NHL expanded from 6 to 12 teams, bringing California the Los Angeles Kings and, the team Schultz watched from time to time, the Oakland Seals. While in Sebastopol and later Santa Rosa, Charles and Joyce raised 5 kids, all of whom grew up skating at the local rink. When the rink closed for good, Joyce convinced her husband to build a new venue. On April 28, 1969, Schultz opened Redwood Empire Ice Arena, also referred to as Snoopy's Home Ice, in Santa Rosa. Snoopy's Home Ice is a modest arena, seating 500 for hockey games and expanding to as many as 3,000 for concerts and other events, at least prior to its 2019 renovation. Since its inception, it has offered junior and adult hockey programs. As a senior-level hockey player himself, Schultz participated in a tournament near Los Angeles in 1973. The tournament director asked Sparky if Redwood Empire could also host competitions. 2 years later, Santa Rosa would play home to Snoopy's Senior World Hockey Tournament. Running for over 40 years, the annual July tournament hosts as many as 70 teams and 1,100 players from various countries. Teams are divided into age group divisions, ranging from the youngest, 40, all the way up to 75 plus. The tournament format is round robin, so everyone in each age group plays each other once. The top 3 teams per division receive medals, bronze, silver, and gold, just like in the Olympics. Similar to the NHL, overtime consists of 3-on-3 play. If a penalty is committed in sudden death, then instead of a power play, the other team can select any of its 3 players to take a penalty shot. To ensure the safety of senior players, tournament referees do not allow body checking or slap shots. If a player unloads a clapper, the ref blows the whistle and treats the play as icing. Enforcing player safety even further, minor penalties result in 3-minute power plays and major penalties for a 7-minute stint. A majority of the tournament's teams are based in California, but others have traveled from north of the border or even across the pond. The Nordic countries Norway, Sweden, and Finland, as well as Japan, Austria, and Australia have all been represented. Sparky played in the tournament every year up until his death in 2000. So he even laced him up with his team, the Diamond Icers, at the age of 77. His son Monty also appeared in tournament play. Former NHL players who have appeared in the tournament include Red Berenson, Ernie Hickey, Terry Harper, and Mel Bridgman. Now that's a hockey player. On another note, Mark Sertich, who you may have seen on TSN or other networks, has played in the tournament into his mid-90s. He holds the Guinness World Record as the oldest hockey player, and at the time of producing this video, is 98 years old. Schultz's impact in the hockey community has been recognized over the years. In 1981, a year following the debut of the animated TV special, She's a Good Skate, Charlie Brown, Schultz was presented the Lester Patrick Trophy, awarded annually by the NHL and USA Hockey, to an outstanding individual's contribution to the growth of the sport in the States. Then in 1993, Schultz was inducted into the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame, located in northern Minnesota, as part of the Builder category. Following his death in 2000, Minnesota's Ramsey County Board renamed the local Highland Park Arena to Charles M. Schulz Highland Arena. Adjacent to Snoopy's home ice is the Charles M. Schulz Museum. In 2014, it opened the exhibit Peanuts in the Penalty Box, featuring 60 of Schultz's original hockey-related comic strips. Commemorating the exhibit's debut was none other than the Stanley Cup. Well, that's going to do it for this view into Sparky's contributions to hockey. I hope that in the near future I can revisit Snoopy's home ice and the arena and perhaps even film the senior hockey tournament. Wouldn't that be a great addition to the channel? Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more content surrounding hockey history and hockey culture. This has been Nick with Twisted Wrister Hockey. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, and I'll see you again soon.